Good evening. My name is Pavla Schopin. Ich bin Humboldt-Stipendiat im englischen Seminar an Freiburg Universität. I would like to speak about the subjective experience of interacting with artificial intelligence, particularly language bots, and how they produce inspiring quotes. I think we can start. All right. When I arrived in in Berlin in March for the first time this year, I saw this wonderful inscription somewhere in Kreuzberg, and it's very common for us to consume such nuggets of wisdom, and not only that, but share it with people. However, there are now programs, language AIs, which can produce such wisdom on demand. Some of them are more effective, others are not, but it really depends on their creativity and our perception of it. The language bot that I have been using, I used it between June 2017 until October 2018, is InspireBot, created by two Norwegian coders. And what it does, it compiles a picture, a meme, and also an inspirational quote. So it uses previous experience, previous texts in order to produce some original ideas or ideas that we perceive as original. While interacting with the language bot, I collected about 130 quotes like that, which are about thinking and love. And there is an illusion that you actually interact with something that creates that wisdom, that you actually consume meaning, and that is nothing else than illusion, since it's just a program that produces them. However, because of that interaction, you start to ascribe intellectual capacity to the robot, and you perceive it as a partner in this creative process, which is rather paradoxical and shows how gullible we are. Another feature is that it is much more creative than you are. It never tires of producing something new. Just with a press of a button, you get another quote. And that makes it a kind of fount of wisdom. So it's a fountain of wisdom that gives you this information that we usually find in books. We usually associate such things with philosophers and reading deep writing and engaging with authors through such writing. However, it's just monkeys on typewriters. These are just random combinations which do not exhibit the things that we usually associate with people, like intention or understanding of previous experience. However, they are exploiting the products, but we are the ones who choose the meaningful quotes. And the selection is what matters, because through the selection process, through our liking those particular quotes, we actually disregard everything else. And in a way, there is this mutual creative process that becomes immersive, and you go down that rabbit hole, exploring new ideas, as you might think. And as a result, this is a cultural experience, because you work towards engaging in an immersive practice, and in the process you spend a lot of time on it. It's actually quite time consuming, because in order to find just a few examples of really insightful ideas, you have to sift through quite a lot of material, and that is rather time consuming. And in time you become addicted to it, because that is in a way like a Skinnerian pigeon. You are pressing that button, and because the reward comes irregularly, you become hooked on the program and interacting with it. So that aspect, that addictive aspect, is really pernicious. And then when you think about it, you are being manipulated because somebody created that program and it uses the knowledge that already exists, and you're not actually actively creating something. You are basically plundering the existing wisdom, and you're using just a tool. It's like you can consider it just a paintbrush or a medium for creation. However, you are not the creative part. The original creator was the coder, or the coders in this case, and you're part of that paintbrush or the medium that actually produces a meaning. On the other hand, it can be seen as a strange tool, something that is really weird, and that makes you think about knowledge production and how we actually produce knowledge. In a recent article by David Papino, you can read that knowledge doesn't really exist. We only have true or false beliefs. But it does have something to do with this interaction with the absurd nature, and it reminds you of Dadaism, of that combination of random ideas in the 20s, which makes you think about our times. Why are such programs popular? Why is absurdity felt so much in our society? And there is so much uncertainty that we look for patterns and meaning. So we try to find patterns in things that seem meaningless at first. And that means that we try to reduce uncertainty in the outside world by looking into the opportunities, the alternatives that we might have. So you could consider it a kind of extended mind. Through the program, you basically engage the knowledge that is outside of you. And this idea of interacting with other intellectual tools and becoming part of them is rather productive, but then you understand that it is rather limiting, and it is a kind of a box that you at some time have to leave, because when you rationally analyze it, you see that there are strong boundaries to it, and it is much better to step out and interact creatively with humans. Thank you very much.